For decades, the medical establishment treated obesity as an equation of calories in versus calories out. If a patient couldn't lose weight, the failure was placed squarely on their shoulders, a perceived lack of willpower. But with 40% of US adults now clinically obese, that logic is facing a major challenge. The shift began with a class of drugs originally designed to manage type 2 diabetes. Medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro surged through social media feeds, leading to millions of prescriptions written in just the last few years. Patients using these injections started reporting a specific, life-altering experience. They described the sudden vanishing of food noise, the relentless background preoccupation with cravings that had dominated their mental space for years. This experience provides a biological counterpoint to the idea that weight is a moral choice. By silencing that noise through a syringe, these medications suggest that for many, the struggle with obesity has a physiological root, not a character flaw. To understand how this works, we have to look at the cellular level. This model shows a synthetic version of the GLP-1 hormone docking into a matching receptor. These drugs are designed to mimic the natural incretin hormones our bodies use to signal fullness. Once the drug docks, it triggers several immediate physical responses. It delays the stomach's emptying process, which keeps food in the body longer and elicits a faster, more persistent feeling of physical fullness. But the more profound impact happens here, along the gut-brain axis. A chemical signal travels from the digestive system to the brain's circuitry, where it registers neurological satiety. It tells the brain the body is satisfied long before the meal is actually over. By acting on the brain's reward pathways, researchers are finding these drugs have an impact on other cravings. In various studies, patients have reported a decreased interest in alcohol and other addictive substances. The physiological benefits extend to major organ systems. Clinical data shows significant reductions in the risk of heart attacks and cardiovascular disease, alongside improvements in chronic inflammatory conditions like osteoarthritis. These medications act as comprehensive tools for managing metabolic health. By targeting the hormonal system directly, they are providing a level of weight management that many experts previously thought was only possible through major surgery. This medical breakthrough has triggered a massive economic race. We are seeing a global corporate conflict as pharmaceutical giants compete to dominate a weight loss market that includes over 1 billion people worldwide. While Novo Nordisk had the early lead, its rival Eli Lilly responded by overhauling its research strategy. Lilly began operating its R&D department like a high-speed biotech startup, prioritizing development speed above almost everything else. That focus on speed allowed Lilly to bring Zepbound and Mounjaro to market in record time. The company's stock climbed nearly 300%, pushing it toward $1 trillion market capitalization and making it the most valuable healthcare corporation in the world. But this corporate success contrasts sharply with the reality for patients. Many struggle with persistent drug shortages, frequent insurance denials, and monthly costs exceeding $1,300. High prices and limited supply have created a massive opening for a shadow economy. It started with telehealth providers and compounding pharmacies that use legal exemptions to sell custom mixed versions of these drugs when shortages are high. But the market has expanded even further into an underground world of research peptides. Here, consumers bypass the pharmacy system entirely, buying unapproved, off-label chemical copies from internet sellers. Much of the raw material comes from manufacturers overseas. They use legal loopholes to export these unmarked crystalline powders, labeling them strictly for research use only to avoid the scrutiny applied to finished pharmaceuticals. Consumers navigate this landscape through private Telegram groups and Reddit forums. Some even rely on independent black market lab testers in Europe to verify the purity of these illicit goods before injecting them. Driven by a cultural pressure to lose weight at any cost, millions are now participating in an unregulated market that functions entirely outside the safety standards of the FDA. Even when sourced legally, these drugs carry real risks. Some patients experience severe gastrointestinal issues, including persistent nausea, vomiting, and in rare cases, a dangerous slowing of the digestive tract. There is also the risk of losing more than just fat. Rapid, unmanaged weight loss can lead to sarcopenia, a significant depletion of muscle mass and bone density that can leave patients physically frail. Then there's the matter of dependency. Clinical evidence shows that for most, the benefits stop as soon as the medication does. This creates a situation where patients may be tethered to these expensive injections for the rest of their lives. The risks are even higher on the black market. People are injecting unapproved chemical combinations, like bootleg versions of the unreleased drug retatrutide, with no long-term data on their safety or potential side effects. In many ways, society is exchanging the health risks of obesity for a permanent dependency on either corporate pricing or the dangerous uncertainty of underground labs. Despite these concerns, the pharmaceutical pipeline is expanding. Next-generation drugs like retatrutide target 3 different hormones instead of 2, showing weight loss of up to 28% in clinical trials. The industry is also moving away from needles. Companies are racing to develop oral pills that can be taken once a day, making these treatments as convenient as a standard vitamin. We are also seeing the rise of precision medicine. New genetic tests can analyze a patient's saliva to identify the specific biological reason they are gaining weight. By identifying distinct genetic phenotypes, like a hungry gut versus a hungry brain, doctors can move away from trial and error and prescribe the exact hormone combination a patient's body is missing. We have essentially developed chemical willpower, allowing us to override biological signals that have been part of human evolution for millions of years. As we outsource our basic metabolic signals to massive corporations and unregulated internet sellers, we have to consider the long-term impact. Are we prepared for the consequences of this unprecedented experiment on the human body?